Blackstone-backed hedge fund Antera freezes illiquid assets. Antera Capital, a $1.3 billion hedge fund backed by Blackstone Inc., froze its hard-to-sell assets from redemptions after piling on losses. Money plowed into illiquid private investments has been withheld from redemptions and was placed in so-called side pockets in February, after the firm posted a second straight year of slumping returns. According to people with knowledge of the matter, the move is aimed at avoiding a fire sale of those investments, which drove declines in the hedge fund's performance in 2023. So the same hedge fund institution that had ties with ape units and ended up dumping on retail, this is Antera Capital. They're back after 2 straight years of losses. They're now in safety mode. It's like when your phone gets super low, so you put it on low battery mode, trying to avoid these random apps from being used on your phone and other such things like that. Well, this is what they're doing by freezing hard to sell assets. Also, does anybody know what AMC's market cap is? I mean, Weeble's wrong, Yahoo Finance is wrong, Google's wrong, MarketWatch is wrong, or are they all right? And there's 4 different companies being traded. It just doesn't make sense. Finally, apparently Ken Griffin is loading up on Pfizer stock. And now it's time to jump into the video. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. AMC is sitting at 20.12% short interest. And we have a lot of stuff to cover in today's video. All I ask you to do, of course, is to like the video, subscribe to the channel, get us to 19,000 subscribers. We are very, very close. And I think if all of you watching the video hit that subscribe button, we can get there in one video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so above 20% for short interest is an insane level for AMC, sitting at 20.12%, 52.83 million shares shorted, and 3.62 days to cover, all according to Ortex. We pay attention to this for the trend. We know it's much greater than that, but the trend getting that high is absolutely insane. We're getting slaughtered, absolutely cooked on the options chain, with a ton of premium going to market makers, 75,000 calls expiring out of the money. Short exempt volume still somewhat high, around 200,000 for AMC. As for GameStop, options chain is somewhat even, slightly winning on the bear side of things, and we're going to talk about the charts in a second. Short exempts got cut in half, but still slightly high or somewhat high for GameStop. AMC, not much to say day in and day out based on the charts until we get to the level that we need to get to. And at this point, it's just chop trading, flushes down until we hit mid to late April. After April is over, I assume we have that move up. This is a consolidation period. This is a retrace period. And I think it's happening with not only AMC and GameStop, but a few other plays. And we need to talk about crypto right after GameStop. GameStop is trying its hardest to hold this level at $10.90. It flashed below, came back up, and now it is trying to hold this, what once was demand zone, now going to be acting as a supply zone, this entire box. If everything decides to sell off, I don't see GameStop having that pop back up to $12.50 before scaling down. I just see it coming up temporarily, maybe $11.50 before scaling down, and then using this zone as a supply zone, which is not something that we would want to see. Either way, GameStop, in my opinion, buy opportunities and anywhere at this bottom support trend line. Okay, so if GameStop touches this, I will be purchasing more shares. Now, crypto. Dogecoin failed yesterday after breaking above 20 cents, above this channel, above this trend line, kind of got a fake out and failed to break over that level and get a candle close. Okay, so we smashed back down, and now we are kind of just sitting in this mid-range around 18 cents to 19 cents, waiting for that push higher. The same thing happened with Bitcoin. We broke out of the wedge, and it was a failed breakout. We retested this zone right above 72,000, right? And we failed for the second time. This is crucial for Bitcoin because the halving is around 10 days away. It's extremely close. And as of right now, it broke back into this flag, which is not something we wanted to see with Bitcoin. However, is Bitcoin going to crash? Is this the top of the momentum that we have seen? Several other indicators, several people talking about Bitcoin being over. In my opinion, not really. The momentum is slowing, is something to pay attention to. There are pre-halving retraces, something to pay attention to, which could have already happened because Bitcoin scaled down 18%. And there are accelerated cycles, meaning that this whole cycle could have already had its move, and that's a possibility, and that after the halving, 200 days out, it will be lower than where it's at right now. Unlikely scenario. And the reason I say that is because even with all of these factors, even with all of these technicals, there will still be a supply shock event as soon as Bitcoin gets halved, and the halving is very, very close. There's only 1.7 million Bitcoins left on exchanges. With the coming halving, supply shock is imminent, so that is something to pay attention to coming into the halving. Fidelity Spot Bitcoin ETF now holds over $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Grayscale has transferred 6,200 Bitcoin worth $442 million to Coinbase. And last but not least, U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has just ruled in favor of Coinbase. Moving away from crypto, touching on the overall market and some plays, the SPY is at 517, even down 0.35% on the day. And this is the most weakness we have seen in a little bit on the overall market. It's below this aggressive trend line. However, it's held the support down here. Nothing is invalidated. There is no indication that we are in a bear trend as of right now. Bulls still hold the reins. They are just slightly losing momentum, and it's something that we're going to have to watch and pay attention to. However, we recently talked about shorting Nvidia at the double top around 950, and that is where I think it is going to top out at. I said that several times because that was the top of the fib channel. What happened? We double topped at 950, and we are coming down, breaking below crucial support in my opinion at 860 and flushing lower. The next support level, which we held and bounced off of, is right around 844 on Nvidia or 842. And we did flush below, came back up and are holding it, but I think Nvidia looks weak and it may just start to come down. Is this time to short? Be very, very careful, very, very speculative with this, since a move has already been in, right? From 950 all the way down to 846, and then deciding to short it is something that you have to evaluate. In my opinion, it's a decent time to get in short. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, right? With a stop loss, with a close stop. That is where I would be watching for Nvidia. As for Tesla, Tesla wicked above this level right at 176.50. If we get a clean breakover and a full candle close, which we have yet to do, Tesla remains extremely bullish. However, it did get rejected and now it's back down to 175, up 1.21% on the day. I am still in my puts. And if this gets a full candle close anywhere above this range, I will be out of my puts. I will take the losses and I will walk away from this trade. However, as of right now, there is still a possibility Tesla does something like this, where we flash all the way down here into the 150 range. Last but not least, I want to talk about ELF because it just held on a level that we have been watching and is trading at 170.50, up 2.92%. This is one of the long-term trades that I will be personally adding to my long-term portfolio. Keep an eye on this and let me know if you got in at all on any time that I've mentioned it. Now, I did post a video today on NGLD, and this stock is up 12% on the day. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a 7-minute video. It's a penny stock if you guys are wondering about a nice little trade. Make sure to go watch that, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for the support that you have given me since I started this channel, since I created this channel. I love you guys so much. Make sure to come talk with me in the Discord day in and day out. It's basically a big group chat where we talk stocks and crypto. We have options trading alerts. I post my trades when I take them in my personal portfolio, and it's a coffee a month and you're grandfathered in at the price you join. If you've been thinking about it, just pull the trigger on it. And also get up to 7 free fractional shares with Moomoo, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, and Meta by using my link, opening a Moomoo account and making a deposit. Also potentially a 1.5% cash reward. So go do that. Both of those links are under the description and pinned in the top of comments. I love you guys so much. Lottery Stocks out.